Hi, Donna Blackwell, Personalized Bookkeeping Tax Service. A lot of people ask, what do I need to bring to do my taxes? We're going to put a checklist on our website, but it will not fit everybody's mold. First thing, if you get a divorce throughout the year, as of 12/31, if you're divorced, you are single. If you get married through the year, whatever you are on 12/31, you're married. So that's one thing we have a lot of questions on. The next thing is, if you had a child during the year, make sure you bring the Social Security number. To file taxes, we need people's Social Security numbers, their name, and their birthday dates. Next thing, do you work somewhere? If you work for a company, you have a W-2. You need to bring your W-2s. Do you have stocks? Did you sell stocks? Do you have dividends? That kind of data, you need to get the 1099 from the company that comes in around February and bring that. Another thing that people ask about, well, I'm self-employed. I get to receive a 1099. Well, if you receive a 1099 from one company or multiple companies, you need to bring that. Another thing that's real good, anything you get in your mail that says important tax documents, bring. We'd like to see them. Did you have cancellation debt? Did you go to the credit card company and cancel your debt? That is income that you have to report. Do you have health savings account? Did you take money out? Did you take money out of your 401k? The 1099-R that you took money out of 401k needs to be brought to us. Any income that you receive throughout the year, interest income, your W-2, 1099s. Now, if you are a small business owner, you may be a sole proprietorship, you may be an S corporation, you may be a partnership. Partnerships and S corps are due on March 15th. Sole proprietorships and single membership LLCs are due when you file your taxes on the Schedule C. It's important, if you have a small business, you keep your bank accounts separately. So that way you can easily create your income and your expenses. Don't rely on 1099s. The 1099s are not mailed to the IRS. If you did not receive a 1099 from a company, still report the income. You received the money. Also, if you have a house, that's a deduction. If you go over the standard deduction, your property taxes, contributions to the church, to the Humane Society, Goodwill, bring all that documentation, especially if you can meet over the standard deduction. There's been a lot of questions this year on what I bring to my taxes, any income, any expenses that on a small business. There's a lot of more stuff, so we have a checklist on our website that you can go through and see if anything applies to you. Another thing too, if you sold a house this year, even though it's your primary home, you still need to report it, even if you make exclusion, $250 for single and $500 for married. You still need to report it. You don't want a love letter 2 years down the road, even though you meet the exclusion. If you make over $500,000 on that house, you will have to pay taxes, capital gains on it. Make sure we know when you purchased the house, the date, the amount. Use the closing papers when you sold it. You can take off the closing costs as part of the expenses on that house. Any major improvements you had throughout the year, major improvements, not fixing a dishwasher, major improvements to the house. That's real important. You don't want to pay taxes on something you don't need to. If you have a rental property, and it's not a relative, you have a rental property, you must claim that. You claim the income on Schedule E and the expenses. You have maintenance fees, you have property taxes, you have insurance, you have repairs. You need to depreciate it over the life of 27.5 years. You may have some legal fees for evicting somebody. You need to bring those. You did receive income for that property and you can take the expense. So it's real important that you think about what income you have throughout the year and think about deductions on small business. Now, I know a lot of people have a hardship on this year. You're working from home. The 2106 tax form on the itemizing went away a few years ago. You cannot take off your home. So that's one question we have asked a lot. I'm sorry. It's the IRS rules. You do save on gas. I mean, that's one plus there. You don't have to go out and eat, but that room is not deductible unless you have a small business in your home. So we're going to put on our website the checklist. Everything might not apply to you, but most things will. So look at the checklist before you come in. But it's very important, the first thing you bring in is your kid's social security number, your spouse's social security numbers, in there with the birthday dates on our client list. And all documentation as far as W-2s be printed out. You sold stock that need to be printed out. Have everything listed. We don't want to lose money. Always the last week of tax season, people come in and they look at me like, well, I don't know what my income is. I don't know what my expenses are or my business. It's very important you know what they are. You want to pay less taxes and save money, and you don't want an IRS audit because you're guessing on what your expenses are. So go to our website and get the checklist out. Make sure you get everything gathered up before you come in. It's very important. You have a wonderful day, and talk to y'all soon.